Now, I'm sure pretty much everyone is aware of all of the Matt Walsh controversies this week. That all the different pundits talking about how he's too mean. He was being too mean to the great trans voice of a generation, Dylan Mulvaney, which I would like to point out I was making videos on way before anyone else. So if anyone deserves credit for this, it should be me. But yeah, so they're saying that he was being mean. I think he was dead on, spot on the money with everything that he said. And I just got to be honest. I don't know who these people are, but if you show me a picture of this clip that I'm about to play of these two guys, and then show me a picture of Matt Walsh, I could already tell you most likely what their opinions are going to be and what they sound like. Because these two guys, maybe between the two of them, have enough testosterone to make half of a real man, possibly, maybe. If they, I'm being generous with this estimate, but a lot of low T energy going on here. And I chose this one out of all the clips of everyone complaining about Matt Walsh saying he was being too mean, because I think it does sum it up well. And these are the kind of people that have a problem with what he said. And there's not even an argument in this. It's them just saying, we agree with you and we're on the same side, but I think that you're a big meanie butt for saying that. How could you say that? Get out of here. All right, let's check these out. The two men that, between the two of them, could possibly generate enough testosterone to support half of an average male. So here, let's watch this.
The reason we disagree with you is not that we aren't sufficiently angry at the brainwashing and ensuing mutilation of children, the introduction of penis-wielding creeps into women's prisons, or the invasion of women's sports by men who've taken more steroids than the Liver King.
The reason we disagree with you is precisely because we think all of those things are awful and want to stop them, like you do. We just think that unlike much of your other work, this particular video will have alienated more people than it brought over to our side. And trust me, we both have plenty of experience in pissing people off.
We made two specific criticisms of your approach in this particular video. First, we said you were preaching to the choir instead of attempting to win hearts and minds. And you can see this in your response. You were speaking to your audience who are like you and like us, justifiably angry. And you're vocalizing that anger for them, which makes them feel understood. It makes them feel empowered. Well, what are they empowered to do exactly?
These people already agree with you. You aren't changing their minds. You're creating more angry people in the world who now feel that the way to deal with the spread of gender ideology is what? Calling a trans influencer ugly? As someone who looks like a cross between Harry Potter and a lesbian, I don't have a problem with people making fun of someone's appearance online. But I'm just not sure it achieves anything.
The other criticism we made of your approach is that we don't think this is the way to win people over. Of course, no one believes anything you say could possibly change Dylan Mulvaney's mind.
Women can be stubborn like that, Matt.
But it's not Mulvaney's mind we need to change. And this right here is the core of our disagreement. We believe the way to stop the proliferation of this craziness is to convince the silent, scared, ignorant, and disinterested majority that this matters.
I'm about to pass out from boredom. These guys' voices,
and this is the really important bit. We have to convince them that they aren't bigots or bad people for being concerned about these issues. Let's be honest, neither you or us cares about being called names on the internet, but most people don't want to be on the nasty side of this debate.
Here in Britain, a small but growing number of politicians like Rosie Duffield, who is actually on the left, are slowly starting to push back against this ideology. We need to make it easier for politicians to talk about this issue without immediately being lumped in with people who are considered hateful, whether rightly or wrongly.
Most people who are on the fence aren't going to be persuaded by insults and anger, no matter how righteous the anger
Oh man,
or how accurate the insults.
it just keeps
We have
going,
to convince
man.
them that
I mean,
we are
good
right.
Lord.
Not only factually, but also morally. We have to convince them that we are on the right side of history.
And we don't believe that calling Mulvaney ugly is the best way to do that. Sorry.
Now we know that your cancellation of us is tongue-in-cheek. You aren't trying to take down our YouTube channel or get us banned on Twitter. But the idea that because we disagreed with your specific
these guys,
approach
they do
in
this for
one
a living?
specific video,
They do this
we
is
don't
what they
care
do?
enough about the
Holy
issue
crap.
is just not true.
You care and we care. So let's keep working and carry on being the most effective Nazi transphobe bigots we can be. And if we disagree about the best way to do that, let's do what adults do.
Make sniping videos about each other on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, good Lord. That was pathetic. I mean, just pathetic. And I love how they're just taking, not just them, but everyone. They, all the people that disagree with what Matt Walsh said, or rather, they know that he's right. He just should have been nicer about it. They only talk about, you should, just calling Dylan Mulvaney ugly doesn't, that's not helping anything. Well, if you watch the clip, I don't think that was the crux of what he was trying to get across. No, yes. He was laying down some hard truths, but he wasn't like they're making it sound like he was some kind of, like a school bully, where he was just, looking at Dylan Mulvaney and going, ha ha, you're a fag. When everyone knows that's what I do. That's what TikTok Tuesday has been for. So, I mean, I don't think he should steal my bit anyway. Even though he steals my videos all the time. That rat bastard. But no, everything they just said it's stupid. The whiny little pansy ass nothing. I mean, what do you... This idea of, well, let's do it nicely so we can convince the people who can be convinced. No, that's over. That is done. Who hasn't chosen a side on this at this point? And as Matt Walsh pointed out earlier this week, they're accusing him of preaching to the choir, basically. As he said, well, okay. Sometimes you need to do that. Sometimes you need to look at the base, the people that are there who have been firmly there the whole time, and remind them. Because we across the country, everyone's just become complacent, and they just act as if this is totally fine, and we're just going to be nice to these people, and kill them with kindness. No, it doesn't work. These people actually literally want to kill you. So I don't what we're gonna waste time by going, oh yeah, have you seen that Dylan Mulvaney chick? Man, she's looking good. You say, no, you are an ugly caricature of a woman, and you will never be one. But sure, let's, I don't know, continue to sit on the fence and pretend that if we're just nice, that things will fix themselves, like we'll course correct. That has not been working. I think it's time to move on to something else. We need a different tactic.